Next, Wisconsin entrepreneurs pitch their businesses to local moguls. They will compete for $30,000 in cash and awards to help scale up their business. These are the moguls. Jerry Gendusa is the founder of Blue Leadership, a company focused on making the world a better place, one leader at a time. He is also the founder of Breakthrough, a network of world-changing companies focused on improving lives and untapping human potential. Gail Klappa is the chairman of WEC Energy Group and co-chair of the Milwaukee 7. In 2023, he was inducted into the Wisconsin Business Hall of Fame. Harris Turer is the CEO of the Milwaukee Admirals. He is committed to making Milwaukee a better place in which to live and work through his support of numerous charities. Jamie Andrzejewski is the founder of Nourish, an all-natural brand of wellness products for the body, mind, and home. Stephen Gruber is an award-winning personal injury attorney at Gruber Law Offices, where he leads business strategy and is honored to continue his family's tradition of positively impacting our community. This is Project Pitch It.
Hi, how are you guys doing today?
Great, how are you?
Beautiful. I'm here to introduce you guys to Pop's Kettle Corn. If you guys haven't had it yet, it's an awesome little business over in Muskego, Wisconsin. My dad started this back in 2009. You know how things, your dad starts, you kind of want to keep going, take it to the next level. So Pop's Kettle Corn started in 2009. It was an amazing little feat that my dad ended up having to do, mostly because he was fired from his job at 59 years old and needed to reinvent himself. Wow. Him and my mother basically went through and just had an amazing opportunity, tried about 50 different flavors, different recipes, and ended up making probably the world's best popcorn. Not gonna lie. It's my dad's, so I can say that. 2016, I was actually a teacher before this, came back into the US, I was abroad, loved what he was doing, but thought we could take it to a different level, and I just kind of jumped in, went all nuts on a brick and mortar store that we've got in Muskego, had a great opportunity there, continue to let it climb. Now we're just kind of going into the next season, which is now our own actual brick and mortar that we've basically made as a production shop. So we've grown from about $75,000 the first year to just over $800,000 last year. So significant growth within a very short time, but that also puts us in that predicament of how fast can you grow with that financial peer. So when it comes down to coming on board, having you guys love the different kind of feedback that we can get, anything, especially when it's small walkie, there's a lot of different things. We actually did one for the Admirals at one point, and we're really excited to see what we can do for the next one. So this is Pop's Kettle Corn coming out of Muskego.
How did you grow that fast?
Yes.
I mean, who's buying the kettle corn?
A lot of boots on the ground. I don't like to take no for an answer unless you tell me maybe about 15, 16 times, and then I'll kind of keep pursuing you a little bit more. But it's also the creativity. We're a very dynamic brand, so we try and find opportunities to make what I like to say the answers before you ask the questions. So when coming and presenting our stuff, you guys have a couple different bags here. We like to be very creative and want to bring that new style of popcorn to anything possible, and what we can do for not only just our community, but also for you guys as business owners. So if you look at these are kind of some of our creative bags. You've got one, I love that one. It was my idea to do a Mad Libs on the back. So it's our Valentine's Day bag, and what's better than saying Valentine's Day and Happy Valentine's Day? We don't need flowers.
So it's more than popcorn. Can you kind of describe your why a little bit, or your mission when?
Yeah, that's a great question, because our mission is really just to have fun with it. When it comes down to the Admirals and we want to have an experience, any experience that you have with the popcorn is a positive one. Think about it, you're sitting there watching a baseball game, you're watching the Admirals score, you're going out for a family time, that's the experience. So it's not necessarily the experience itself, it's the addition to, and then it becomes nostalgic. And now you want to put that to your customers, to your vendors, to anybody else when it comes to the end of the year.
You mentioned your dad founded the company 2009. Who's involved in the company today?
We have a plethora of people. We've got some amazing people, my wife included, who's a graphic designer. These bags are all graphic design. We have ideas that we get to have pillow talk with, so a lot of that, but also we've got a team of amazing people.
So sales have really accelerated. What about your margins?
Margins are good, except you're really doing a lot when it comes down to growth and we're putting a lot of our money out there. So when it comes to any money coming in, we're about a 30% margin. So we're making about 70 on it, but a lot of that goes into our growth aspect. So although we have a great margin, I also have a great idea all the time in the creativity, and we've got to be very close with that budget.
Of your $800,000 in revenue, walk us through how that's allocated, how that's split up.
That's a great question. A lot of that revenue is going towards our expansion.
Okay.
So any extra cash flow that we've got, we always put into the new building. If we need a new piece of equipment, something that's going to help us when it comes down to productivity.
What's next in terms of how we can help you?
Something like Project Pitch It and all the local Wisconsin entrepreneurs that we can get connected with here, you learn every single time. So that's something that as we started to grow so fast, I had to refocus and bring it back down to what's going to make us sustainable for the next 10 years, 20 years, so on and so forth. Because it's been a great run so far. We don't want that run to end.
Are you making money from wholesale? Are you making
Yes.
enough money from wholesale to focus on that?
I would say yes, we are. And the reason why we really want to do wholesale is because wholesale itself, if I go direct to consumer and I don't have a space that I can actually sell to, I need somebody to be able to sell that so that we can move larger quantities. And there are a plethora of great businesses and popcorn companies themselves here in Milwaukee, so there's a lot. But I always tell my wife, she's always worried about that competition style. It's not competition, there's plenty of mouths to feed. And there are many different tastes for a lot of different people.
All right.
Very good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys very much. Appreciate
Thank you.
it.
Thank you.
Great job.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
We developed the Easy Sit weight-bearing portable armrest system for chairs that don't have armrests. Many people have a problem getting up from chairs without armrests, and so we developed one, and we were on season 1. So we went back after the show, re-engineered the product.
Since season 1, Project Pitch It, we have 3 published patents and a published trademark.
Well, we want to thank Project Pitch It for giving us the opportunity on season 1. We had the opportunity to get exposure, and it did help us getting a licensing deal from a healthcare company.
Next, a unique beverage company offering an alternative to alcohol. Later, this entrepreneur is helping moms and babies get medical care.
Every time I step onto the UWM campus, I see the innovation, and it reminds me of how UWM helped launch my career.
We're proud to give all UWM students, in any major, the mentors, tools, and opportunities to be successful. In the same way, the entrepreneurial spirit made Jerry successful.
I truly believe UWM and the Lubar Entrepreneurship Center are the best places to get your start.
So visit UWM today to see for yourself.
You've got this. Your big moment on their big day. The dress? Another one you'll never wear. Gift? Practical. Yeah, you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with early pay on direct deposits. So when you get invited to your 3rd destination wedding in as many months, we'll be there with you.
When we first met Todd, we thought Jen was kidding.
You've got this with Associated Bank.
Hello, Moguls.
Hello.
My name is Mindy McCord,
And I'm Lane Cosolino.
and we are the co-founders of Siren Shrub Company. Here in Wisconsin, we're all too familiar with the drinking culture.
But we're not here to shame our drinking culture. Instead, we're creating space at the table for everyone, regardless of their drinking preference.
That's why we created Siren Shrub Company, a Wisconsin-based, farm-partnered beverage company.
We make tangy mixers made with organic apple cider vinegar, organic cane sugar, and a fruit, root, or herb, and they're all a partnership with a Wisconsin farm.
In front of you, you're going to find a variety of samples to try as you would like. We've got our sparkling shrub product, which is one of our product lines, and then in my hand here is a jalapeno lime shrub mixer, club soda, a little bit of salt. It's reminiscent of a margarita and could easily become one with just a splash of tequila.
We are in more than 300 stores across the nation, small specialty stores as well as small grocery, but we also know
that we need to add higher volume accounts. So we are here today to garner your support in our expansion efforts with Roundies in 2024.
we know that the mindful drinking movement is not just a fad, it's a changing landscape. And shrubs are a perfect way to create an inclusive drinking experience wherever you are.
Cheers to Project Pitch It.
Cheers.
Thanks for having us.
How do you get product to market?
So right out of the gate, we worked with a co-packer. So we have a co-packer in Mineral Point, Wisconsin that makes our concentrate, the shrub itself, and then we co-pack with someone in Clintonville, Wisconsin to make our sparkling shrubs. So we do have 2 co-packers.
What's your most successful product to date?
Well, it depends on where we are and what's happening. So tart cherry is always the best seller, and we think that that's because it's a known flavor, it's like approachable. But when we're out in the world, the basil is the surprise. So the basil is always what gets people really excited. It sets us apart. People don't know what they're in for until they taste it. And then at events, basil is always the best seller by far.
And margins at this point?
Our margins are 50% on the concentrates and 42% on the cans.
Including the packaging with the margins?
Yeah, including all the COGS.
When you think of scaling, can you get a little bit more specific as to what are some of the gaps for scaling the company?
Dollars towards marketing is always a gap. I mean, you need a lot of money to market properly, and we are in so many different channels that, through social ads, yeah, that would be a big deal. So that would be a gap to fill. And then we could talk a little bit about our product itself is farm partnered. So we have to sit on inventory because we are working with fresh ingredients that is harvested during harvest time. Our basil in particular is the one that does this. But the basil is harvested, picked from the field, loaded on a truck, and then made. So this is like farm fresh in your bottle, and the flavor really shows that. But then we sit on inventory for the entire year.
And tie up cash, which is one of the most difficult things.
So is there shelf life at all to this product?
Yep.
So it's vinegar based, so we have a definite win there, right? Because vinegar is a preservation, so we actually have to put on an expiration date, which we say 24 months, but we've had it much longer than that, and it should always go before that. So.
You mentioned the basil, when people actually taste it, is by far and away the best feedback that you get.
Yeah.
And you also mentioned that that's the most difficult, kind of alluded to that, that's the most difficult one for you to make. Is your margin tremendously different for the basil than it is for the other ones?
It's not the margin, it's just the fact that we tie up cash making it. So we make it in 2 months. We make it in August and September. And so we're projecting what our sales are gonna be. And that's hard when you're a new business. And so sometimes we've hit the mark, sometimes we've overproduced, and it's fine because we have a 2-year shelf life. But that's cash that we can't infuse into other parts of our business. But it also tastes the way it does because of the way we do it.
How can we best help you?
Being a CPG business, it's something that I think, we bring a lot to this business, but we're always looking for people to have perspective or connections that they can connect us to who have done, like Jamie, you're one of them, you understand, but it's a whole nother beast trying to understand how to really do that scaling and do it well.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thanks for having us, and we hope you'll think of Siren Shrub Co. the next time you're hosting an event at your house.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Coming up, a transport service connecting moms and babies to medical appointments. From ambitious homegrown startups to Fortune 500 heavyweights, businesses across southeastern Wisconsin find value as members of the Metropolitan Milwaukee Association of Commerce. From our founding in 1861 to taking on the challenges of today, we work to advocate for our business community. Any business, any size, any industry, you'll have the support it takes to thrive with our unmatched initiatives, programs, and services. Visit MMAC.org to learn more.
UW-Milwaukee was my first choice because it has one of the top-ranked film programs in the world.
Because it has the largest nursing program in Wisconsin.
Because I knew I'd get great internships.
I came to UWM to be a part of America's only school of freshwater sciences.
Because here, it felt like home.
Because I love the city of Milwaukee and I want to build a career here.
I wanted to be an entrepreneur and UWM was my first choice. Make it yours.
Hello, moguls.
Hello. Hello.
My name is Nicole Urquhart of Baby Express, and I'm here today to talk to you about what we do. In fact, I want to inform you about a health crisis that is affecting the state of Wisconsin, which is infant mortality. Infant mortality is when a baby dies before its first birthday, and it is affecting families all over the state of Wisconsin, particularly in southeastern Wisconsin. At one point, southeastern Wisconsin had the highest infant mortality rate in the nation. So what we do at Baby Express, we want to change that. In this tragedy that families are having, our family also was affected by it as well. Our firstborn child we lost. My husband and I lost our firstborn child. But in that tragedy, Baby Express was born. Now, what is Baby Express? Baby Express is a special transportation service for pregnant women and households with infants. And what we do is actually increase access to health care. And what we actually do is transport pregnant women to prenatal appointments and infants to their well-cared child checkups. And for those who have families, we know those are very essential. But transportation has been identified as a barrier for these families. So I just want you to imagine a woman being 8 months pregnant or a woman with a newborn child standing at a bus stop in those frigid, cold weather days in Wisconsin. Those essential appointments will get missed. So what we do at Baby Express, we're actually helping those families. We're here to help. And our customer service is a priority with our families. Now, I'm an Air Force veteran. So we were accustomed, and I was a transportation specialist, and what we were accustomed to actually bringing families and soldiers to ride with their families at a base to get them to their medical appointments. And we do this to help our families, help our country. And we're doing the same with Baby Express with our families here in Wisconsin. Moguls, I'm asking you, help Baby Express help our families here in Wisconsin by helping our babies reach their first birthday. We're Baby Express. We baby everyone.
How do you identify your potential clients?
One of the organizations we work with is the City of Racine. We work with local governments, hospitals, pediatrician offices, as well as OB/GYN offices. When they have notified us there is a mother that has not made it to their medical appointments. Our goal is to get women to their prenatal appointments during their first trimester. We're pleased to say at Baby Express that we've been successful in getting more mothers to their prenatal appointments in the first trimester, which in turn has reduced the infant mortality rate. And that has been researched and documented by the Wisconsin Medical Health Journal. So I need the moguls to help me with mentorship and getting with franchising. And I'd like to expand more into other communities. I would like to say that this is a program born and raised right here in the state of Wisconsin, and we want to bring that all across the nation.
As you've continued to grow, congratulations.
Thank you.
Is there enough funding available for you to keep growing?
And that's the $1 million question.
Okay.
We always can use funding. We're not nonprofit, I would like to say that. So therefore, we're always working to increase revenue. We're about helping families, and we want to make sure that family unit stays strong. And we know that's what's going to help our mothers, our babies survive.
Well, you have an amazing story and an amazing business.
Thank you.
And thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Again,
Thank you.
Baby Express, we baby everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, the moguls discuss the pitches and decide what award will best help the entrepreneurs.
Wendy Bauman, President and Chief Visionary Officer for WIBIC. WIBIC is a proud partner of Project Pitch It. We serve entrepreneurs throughout Wisconsin and have referred many of them to Project Pitch It. If you're an entrepreneur and ready to work hard to fulfill your vision, WIBIC is there for you too.
Now, the moguls decide which award will best help the entrepreneurs. The Peg Ann and David Gruber Project Pitch It Award is $10,000 in cash. The Jerry Gendusa UW-Milwaukee Award includes $5,000 in cash, plus mentoring from Jerry's breakthrough family of companies to help scale up. The We Energies Milwaukee Admirals Award is $1,500 in cash, plus mentoring and a business assessment from the experts.
We have 3 interesting companies. Let's start with Siren Shrub.
And I love how they have expanded who they're targeting. Apple cider vinegar is huge in the natural space. Naturopathic doctors recommend it. It's great for your gut, so I'm loving that they're being more inclusive of who they're targeting.
And Stephen, let's talk a little bit about that. So mindful drinking movement, I was hoping to see more about that. There's so many different verticals this product could go into. From your perspective, where do you see it best fitting?
I actually had a meeting a few weeks ago, and someone in the meeting was the president of a beer company. His fastest growing SKU, times 10, is actually the NA beer. So I think there's this huge movement of NA cocktails and NA beer that Lane and Mindy could potentially really capitalize on here in a good way.
And it is all about moving the product.
Yes.
Good company though. Let's talk about Pop's Kettle Corn. Interesting product, interesting branding. It's an experience product, having a lot of fun with it. I saw so many different market channels, from corporate gifts to e-commerce to areas where there's higher margins. I'm not seeing distribution.
Well, what I like what he's doing are these personalized bags, and they can be geared towards, in our case, the Admirals. So that's what his niche. He's not trying to get into grocery stores and have giant bags of Pop's, kettle corn. He's trying to be this specialty niche thing, and I think there's definitely legs to it.
I think a focused marketing plan might be very helpful to him. And these are very attractive packages.
They really are.
Their packaging is excellent. Every one of these packages that we have on the table right now is really, really sharp.
Let's talk about Baby Express. This story is so compelling. Jamie, what do you think she needs the most of? And cash is always really important.
Cash.
Cash.
She's incredibly knowledgeable. She knows transportation and logistics. She knows the medical industry. She knows the insurance industry.
I think it's a grassroots organization. That's when we talk about franchising in this kind of context. I think the challenge would be, she's obviously super connected in the Racine community in southeastern Wisconsin. The challenge is when you go from there to Kankakee, as she mentioned, it's a grassroots organization. You have to be connected with the OB/GYN clinics, you have to be connected with the local hospital and know who are the families that you need to help there. So I think it's a very grassroots driven organization.
Very passionate about it.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh, yeah. An amazing story.
Next, the Moguls present cash and awards to the entrepreneurs.
Entrepreneurs fuel our job market, economy, and community growth.
Project Pitch It has helped create over 440 jobs. Nearly $4 million of in-kind and cash donations have been invested, and there has been a 550% increase in revenue to our entrepreneurs. This passion, this drive, and hard work truly inspires all of us.
Mark, thank you so much for sharing your story, sharing more about your family legacy. You are certainly a pinnacle and proud piece of that story. And so it is my joy to be able to present to you the Jerry Janduza Breakthrough Strategies and UW-Milwaukee Award. This includes mentoring and coaching from the great Jerry Janduza and his Breakthrough Strategies team. It also includes $5,000 in cash. We are confident that you're going to break through to the next level, and we are all just very proud and wish you the very best.
Congratulations.
Appreciate it, guys. That's awesome. There's a nice corny joke as well.
Thank you. The occasion, yeah.
Well, Lane and Mindy, first of all, thank you for your presentation to us. The product that you're making is very interesting, and we're really excited that you're now going to be able to expand. So we wanted to award you to help you on your way. We wanted to award you with the We Energies Milwaukee Admirals Award, and that involves two things which we think can be very helpful to you. First of all, it's $1,500 of cash, which will help with your product display production. But more than that, it's mentoring, particularly on your marketing plans, particularly on your business expansion, to help you focus on where exactly can be your next breakthrough. So congratulations. We're delighted for you.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Yes. Congratulations.
Yes, it was a pleasure to be here. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
We'd like to present the $10,000 David Gruber and Peg Ann Project Pitch It Award. We are, of course, we're honored and privileged to do this. The difference you're making in our community is wonderful, and we're happy to support a wonderful organization like yours that's impacting so many families throughout our state.
Well, thank
Congratulations.
you so much. Thank you. Oh my goodness.
I'm a father of 2 young kids, so it's near and dear to our hearts as well, so thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
You entrepreneurs truly make Wisconsin a great place to be. Congratulations to all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
To learn more about the entrepreneurs and their businesses, check out our website at projectpitchit.com and follow us on social media.